So it begins. A battle that very well may decide the fate of Octavian and his forces' campaign. Thingy mababa! Yes, yes. This is the battle between two cities. That's right. We're defending the pass between Rome and Beneventum, and Marc Antony's troops have been ambushed by my own. While my smaller army is definitely not as big as my reinforcements, it should be enough, arguably, to put a dent in these this army here, considering most of it is made up of vigilas and skirmishers, and there's the occasional cavalry. But basically, the only troops of theirs that are really worth anything are their legionnaires, their mercenary spearmen, the Tarentine cavalry, and their general. And the vigils, or whatever they're called, vigilis, I imagine, should not be that big of a problem. Shouldn't be that big of a threat. And because I do have a superior amount of heavy infantry, being 4 groups of legionnaires, arguably speaking, I feel like I have an advantage. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to try to use my general and my cavalry here on this side in a sort of distraction. I'm kind of hoping that they're going to go for my general and, keep them on the run. And hopefully their general will charge against my general, and they'll see him in a weakened state, and hopefully we can do something with that. But now that I'm further thinking on it, I think I might actually put the cavalry units closer to the skirmishers and charge my cavalry into their skirmishers to cut off a whole half of their army. Because those skirmishers definitely are not going to be able to put up a formidable fight against my cavalry. But the plan still holds true. I'm hoping that the general's going to come at me. Anyway, let's go ahead and send those vigilis at the front row of the skirmishers. Send the heavy infantry to fight against the majority of the land forces in the front, the vigilis and the legionaries. And let's go ahead and start getting some of my reinforcements in here. Yes, definitely a lot of reinforcements. The biggest problem with my reinforcements is that they're not mobile. They won't get here in time. Like, I'm definitely going to take heavy casualties before any of them really get to the front line. So, yeah, let's just kind of hope that our men can do as much damage as possible. Maybe even win the battle altogether. And, do some serious stuff here. Let's go ahead and zoom in, get rid of some of this UI so we can really take this battle in. That's one of my favorite things about this series. Not just the intensity of the battles, but just watching it play out. The animations and the units just fighting for their lives. Imagining these soldiers, professionals though they may be, the intensity and fear that they may have being engaged in these battles. Oh, it's an intense experience. Definitely. And not many games really depict this on this scale with this attempt to be as realistic as possible. Although, let's admit, it's a video game, so there's still a lot of arcadey elements to it. But definitely no other experience recreates these ancient epic battles so effectively, I suppose. And, again, this is definitely an improvement over the original Rome. But anyway, let me stop bantering on and focus on the battle here, should I not. We need to get our cavalry back up with the infantry in the center. They're getting hit by javelins and pilla. Let's see. Definitely this Italian spearman group. They are getting destroyed right now. They're already down to 2. They've lost a third of their men. So we need to get them hitting up against these fellas. Yeah! Forward! Forward, brothers! We need to get a general out of the fray as well. He's going to get caught up against those spearmen and he's going to die. So we don't need that. We'll send him against these skirmishers. He's more than a match for them. Yes. Okay. Alright, well, it's probably not the best idea to have my cavalry here fighting against vigilis, but I really do need to hold them off for now. Like, I can't let them encircle my Italian spearmen or my legionaries and then lose a major advantage and possibly take even more casualties. But look, our reinforcements are very close. They're very, very close. They'll be here within a minute, honestly, I would say. Maybe a minute or two. Yes, fight! Fight, soldiers! Yes! Marc Antony will rue the day he marched upon Rome!
This is a shameful display.
This is a shameful display. Your troops retreat from the battle.
You know, I was just thinking, and I was listening to the original Rome Total War soundtrack before, before I started playing this, and this soundtrack is okay, but it is definitely not as amazing as the original Rome Total War soundtrack. That soundtrack is so freaking... Even Medieval 2 Total War had an amazing soundtrack that, in my personal opinion, I don't feel any of the Total War games have really recaptured that epicness of soundtrack since, you know, Medieval 2 Total and even Rome Total War. But don't get me wrong, Shogun had a good one too, but, you know, anyway. Charge, men! Into the fray! Save your brothers before it is too late!
Our men flee the field of battle.
Yeah, let's get them to just charge in there. Let's just give them manpower bonus, manpower bonus. The good thing is, while I have had some of my units retreat, none of them have actually been destroyed. So I'm going to win this battle, no doubt about it. And the armies are going to be recreated, or, you know, reinforced and replenished after this battle is over. So, but Marc Antony, on the other hand, will not see the light of day. I don't even, actually, it's not even him who's fighting, who's leading this army, which is probably a good thing on his part, because if he does, he'd be dead. Anyway, send in the cavalry! Crush their lines! We now have the enemy completely encircled. Legionnaires, plebs, levies, Tarentine cavalry, and all sorts around have got them completely cut to shreds and bloodied. This is good. This is good. Look at this battle. This is a nice sized battle, isn't it? I think at least 5,000, 6,000 soldiers are involved in this particular battle. Maybe a little bit less than that. Yeah, it might be closer. It might be closer to like 4,000, 4,500. I don't know, somewhere around there. The important thing is victory is at hand, gentlemen. Charge down, mow them, rake them to pieces. Owned. Ah, yeah, this is devastating. Oh man, I took a lot of casualties though. I'm not gonna act like this is like a greatest victory of all time. It's most certainly not. I have definitely taken a couple casualties here and there. Look at those pillars flying into their cavalry. Their Tarentine cavalry. I always hated Tarentine cavalry in this game. Oh my god. They pissed me off. Their little shooting from a distance and the retreating. I've always been the kind of general I am is I love heavy hitting troops like the Romans, like the Legionnaires, and I've always had a huge interest in the Romans. Ooh, look at that! Just look at that! Oh, it's great. All the guys I got. Anyway, victory! We have it! Congratulations, gentlemen! Ave! Victory! Yeah, look. Oh, there's the general! Chase him down! Do not let him escape! You know what? I don't have anybody going after him either. Like, my army. He might get away. I think this guy is actually going to get away. Oh, man. What are my guys doing? Are they getting in formation or something? Yeah, go. There you go. Now they're running in the right direction. Look at that. Look at that. All my troops are, like, completely exhausted, but still, their lines look awesome. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're closing in on him. Cue the Benny Hill theme music. So close. So close. No. No. Oh, damn it. Damn it, you son of a bitch. All right. He escaped this time. But next time he will not be so lucky. Oh man, this was... Look at this. Look at this. Oh, I always love looking at the battlefields afterwards. Just kind of take in the massive loss of life that occurs in each battle. It's crazy. And to think these types of battles happen in real life. Maybe not as quickly, and maybe they were a lot more drawn out over larger areas, but still, battles like this actually happened in real history, and it's just, I find that concept insanely amazing. Wow, look at that. We had a 2-for-1 kill-death ratio. Congrats. Oh, yes! This is a great start. This is a great start for our first actual played battle. This went very well, I think. Definitely. I mean, of course, we had his army completely outnumbered as far as things are concerned, but, and, you know, they fought valiantly for an army that was ambushed in the middle of a field, but, you know, I'm happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. Now we lost a trade agreement. Who cares? F you, Thrace. You're not bad enough to be on my empire, man. We don't need you here. That's right, punk ass. Anyway, so this has been Commissar Bro, and this is a great way to start. This has been the battle between two cities. That's right, the continuation of the liberation of Nabo. Yes. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope you like and subscribe, and I hope you continue to watch my adventure across ancient Europe and helping to bring Octavian to greatness and create the Roman Empire itself rather than just be the Republic. Or, anyway. Seriously though, thanks guys for watching, and thanks for all your support and liking and subscribing. It means a lot to me. It always has a big effect on me, you know, seeing that people actually care to watch this kind of stuff. And like I've told you guys a million times before, I love video games and I love playing them. And like I said, thanks for watching. See you later, comrades. So, why make such a crappy product? They call some fucking dude with a bow who obviously has terrible reflexes and movement and joint.